What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Grey Talks Wrestling. Hope you're all keeping well. You know what time it is. It's time to talk about AEW Dynamite. And we're on the road to Wembley. We are nearly there. 1 week away. Can you believe it? It is finally here. One more week to go. And we are at Wembley, ladies and gentlemen. One of the biggest professional wrestling shows in a very, very long time. Taking place in the UK at Wembley Stadium. But to be honest with you, a couple of the matches I'm looking forward to. The rest of it, kind of underwhelming. And we'll get to it in a bit. Because we kick off this week's Dynamite with a championship match, at least, for the International Championship. Orange Cassidy going up against Wheeler Yuta. Now, there's been a bit of a feud between the Best Friends and the Blackpool Combat Club going on over the last couple of weeks. And this turned into another one of them. Yes, Orange Cassidy got the win here in a decent opening match. Out comes the the Blackpool Combat Club. They storm the ring, beat the crap out of Orange Cassidy. He's saved by the Best Friends, but they don't really make much of a save because they just get their asses handed to them. The Lucha Brothers then come out to actually make a save. Then Eddie Kingston comes to the ring, and this is getting a bit confusing now. It's like, what is going on here? Eddie Kingston grabs the mic, says, let's have a stadium stampede match at Wembley. You need to find yourself three mystery partners. So it's a 6-on-6 stadium stampede match at Wembley. What a mess that's going to be. Are you looking forward to that one? That's one of the matches just booked out of nowhere. Just here you go. A stadium stampede match. Best Friends and the Blackpool Combat Club with a load of mystery partners. Who's the mystery partners going to be? There's a lot of rumours flying out there of Chris Hero, Killer Elite Squad. Who knows who could be coming in to fill those positions, or whether it's going to be guys that are already in the AEW roster. But it is what it is, I suppose. We're getting a stadium stampede match at Wembley. Woohoo! JR interviews Kenny Omega earlier on in the day, I assume. I don't know where they were, but he was interviewing him. And he gets attacked out of nowhere by the Bullet Club, or Bullet Club Golds, Jay White and Juice Robinson. A lot of juices flowing around here. We've got OC, we've got Juice, we've got it all flowing here today. Yeah, they take him out on the behalf of Takeshita and Don Callis. They get involved as well, beat the shit out of Omega, leave him lane. He has to go to a hospital, supposedly. And we have a promo from Hangman Page, supposedly outside a hospital in front of an ambulance who's left his lights on. I don't know what's going on there. And yeah, Hangman challenges them to a tag match at All In. So we've got a 6-man tag now. We've got this Stadium Stampede 6-on-6. We've got a 6-man tag. It's just very confusing. A lot of multi-man matches being thrown into All In. It feels like they can't be bothered to create storylines, to create big matches, to put on the big show. We'll just throw a bunch of 6-man, 8-man, 12-man, 10-man tag matches. That'll make the UK fans happy. They don't care as long as they get a show. Don Callis is in the ring with Chris Jericho. And here comes the next build to the next match, ladies and gentlemen, at Wembley. One I'm actually kind of looking forward to. Chris Jericho, will he join the Don Callis family? He says yes. He says yes, ladies and gentlemen. He's joining the Don Callis family. Then he goes and looks at a picture that Don Callis has under a sheet, and it's Don Callis holding the head of Chris Jericho. Then things take a turn for the worse. Truths come out, and Jericho's told, yeah, you're not part of the family, really. We never really wanted you. I don't know why this actually happened. And then Jericho gets attacked by Takeshita. He manages to fight him off. Out comes Will Ospreay out of nowhere, smashes Jericho over the head with a steel chair and leaves Jericho laying. Sammy Guevara comes out of nowhere to make the save and chase off all the baddies. They run away to the back. Jericho is left bleeding in the middle of the ring. Later on in the back with Renee Paquette. She interviews Jericho. Jericho says, yeah, I want a match with Ospreay at Wembley. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. There's your match. Chris Jericho versus Will Ospreay. Was supposed to take place some time ago, supposedly in Japan, but because of lockdown, it just couldn't happen. So now we're getting it at Wembley, and I'm kind of stoked for this one. This match should be pretty decent. They can both tell a good story. Should be pretty entertaining. Again, a match that's just come out of nowhere a week before Wembley. Lazy booking, Tony. Lazy. Anyway, there you go. Jack Perry says he's going to retire the FTW Championship next week. Taz is not happy about that. We've got a tag team match now. Darby Allin, Nick Wayne, looking like two kids. I'm sorry, they're so small, against these two monsters in Toa Leone and Bishop Khan. Obviously, a religious brother or family member of Tony, who is a bishop. The Gates of Agony attack him before the bell. Swerve and Fox are on the ramp. No sign of Prince Nana anywhere. Somehow, some way, the two kids beat the two monsters. The most entertaining thing was what happened after this. Sting comes on the Tron and he's got Prince Nana. And I'm like, Sting's got a little bit of red face paint just coming up like that. And I'm like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Nah, it can't be. It can't be. And it is, ladies and gentlemen. He has returned. One of the most underrated characters of Sting. One of the most underrated personas of Sting. One of my all-time favourites. Joker Sting has returned, and I cannot wait, man. I cannot wait to see where this goes. Joker Sting is phenomenal. Great character. Very entertaining. And he's going to be at All In, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a coffin match at All In with Joker, Sting, Darby Allin going up against AR Fox and Swerve Strickland. That should be insane. So we do know two matches that are happening that they're actually trying to build up to for All In, and they've been doing it for a couple of weeks now. The MJF Adam Cole main event, and they are also teaming together to face Aussie Open in the pre-show. That makes sense, ladies and gentlemen. Make it make sense. But I gotta admit, this week's was actually quite entertaining. They were training to get ready for Aussie Open. They go to the Aussie Outback Steakhouse. Phenomenal. That is really nice munch right there, ladies. And if you've ever been to one, trust me, you know the score. If you haven't, you need to get yourself to one, because Outback Steakhouse is where it's at, ladies and gentlemen. Trust me on that. It is very good food. You won't be disappointed. And then Adam Cole has the plan to watch Crocodile Dundee 1 and 2. MJF has videos on his phone of kangaroos. He's thinking of a new move called the kangaroo kick, and I'm hoping we see that kangaroo kick take place at Wembley, ladies and gentlemen. It will be phenomenal. I liked everything else they did. The Steve Irwin impressions, jumping the geezer and double clotheslining him, getting told off by Tony in his office. Everything there was actually quite entertaining. Yeah, there was a bit of comedy within the show. And should they be bringing comedy into the build for the main event at Wembley? I don't believe so. It should be more serious. And they got serious after this. They were back to the show. They're heading to the ring. And they do a little bit of story time. MJF and Adam Cole talk about the history they have building up towards this match and why both of them should be winning the match. MJF saying he idolised Adam Cole. He's one of the guys he's always wanted to have a match with. And finally he gets that at All In. And Adam Cole's like, I've got to win this match. MJF says, I'm going to hold on to this title because it means more to me than anything else. And it should be a damn good match. They actually put together a good segment here in the ring, telling stories and getting you a little bit more hyped up for their match at All In. I'm more hyped to see those two face each other than them two teaming in a tag team to beat Aussie Open. Let's have that right. I don't know why they're doing that. Doesn't make much sense. I did enjoy the intensity they both brought towards each other. That was good. Aussie Open attack, they deal with them, and then there's a little bit of a cuddle. Best friends. Anyway, we move on to what was probably a channel changer for many people. Turning off the TV. I don't know what you did. Go and make yourself a cup of tea, go outside, have a smoke. Whatever you did, you probably didn't want to stick around and watch the Texas Chainsaw Massacre death match. This was fucking abysmal. Why was this on the TV? Whose idea was this to put this in a wrestling show? I'm a big fan of Jeff Jarrett, as you can tell. I'm a big fan of Jeff Hardy. But This was fucking abysmal. I didn't know whether I was watching AEW, TNA, WCW 2000, special with Vince Russo. It just didn't make sense, none of it. It was just absolute crap from start to finish. You had so many people get involved as well, from Satnam Singh, Karen Jarrett, Matt Hardy, Isaiah from Private Party, Ethan Page, some geezer in a Leatherface, Jay Lethal. It was just absolutely fucking ridiculous. Sanjay Dutt as well. It was just awful. Just glad it was over. And somehow Jeff Jarrett comes out the winner and he's got a title belt somehow with Leatherface on it. Make that make sense. Okay, we're going towards now. I don't know where this is going. But let's move on anyway, because we've got Britt Baker versus the Bunny. The winner goes towards the fatal 4-way at All In for the women's title. And I've got to admit, the women's division in AEW is lackluster at best if you look at it as a whole compared to other companies' women's divisions. And I'm not just talking about WWE. There are other companies that have got better women's divisions than this out there, without a doubt. This match was basic at best. Britt Baker got the win, and now she, along with Hikaru Shida, Toni Storm, and Saraya. How the hell is that girl in this title match? How? Just because she's from the UK and her family are going to be ringside. Oh God, those fucking pikeys ringside. Fucking hell. Anyway, we move on. That's why she's there. That's why she's in the main event. You know her family are going to get involved as well and want to get on the TV. You know what they're like. Desperate to get any sort of spotlight put onto them. Just desperation to be known and be relevant within the wrestling community. Just stick to what you know, and that's just bumming around Norfolk doing shitty little shows with about 50 people watching you. And all of them don't know what day it is, sharing a brain cell between them. And about 3 teeth between the 50 of them. Anyway, let's move to the main event, because we've got Guns and Bucks. No, we haven't. We've got the Acclaimed, actually. They come up next. The Acclaimed are supposed to have a tag match against these two bald geezers. We'll call them the Baldies. But that never went down. I don't know where they went. They just disappeared. The lights went out. The Baldies just did one. They disappeared out of nowhere, just vanished. And left standing in the ring, there's the House of Black. They attack the Acclaimed, leave them bloody in the ring. Are we getting a 6-man tag team title match at All In? Is Billy returning at Wembley? I hope so. Want to see that one more time. I want to see the Acclaimed at Wembley, ladies and gentlemen. I want to hear, just see them their entrance. I want to hear, yo, 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 listen. One time, I want to be live for that. And at Wembley, that will be iconic. Don't care about anything else really about a match with the House of Black. House of Black are very talented, don't get me wrong. I enjoy all 3 of them in there. Even Julia Hart as well on top of that. She's looking great. And it will be a good 6-man tag. Of course, they got to have a 6-man tag titles on the line. Every title should be on the line at All In. And I don't know why it's not. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. It's the biggest show of the year. You should be having the biggest matches. Anyway, we move to the main event. News broke today regarding something to do with the Young Bucks and their match at Wembley, which really just took me out of this, really. The Guns and the Bucks. The Bucks win. Of course, we knew they would. They get attacked by the Bullet Club Gold. Of course they would, because they want to take out anyone who's friends with Kenny Omega. They want to prove that they are the elite Bullet Club. And this elite needs to go, basically. That's what they're saying. They attack and they try to break the arm of Matt Jackson. The FTR make the save, because Hangman's hanging out with Kenny Omega at home, nursing his wounds. So FTR help out and get rid of Bullet Club and the Guns, and yeah. But the news that broke today was Cash Wheeler was nicked. Well, he wasn't nicked, actually. He wasn't arrested. He handed himself in. There was a warrant out for his arrest. It was to do with a road rage incident, supposedly, where some geezer was giving it to him on the road, apparently, and he pulled out a piece, flashed it, and the geezer, the fucking narc, goes and fucking grasses him up. The wanker. What a pussy hole. Anyway, I don't know the full story. That's me just assuming what I've seen and what I've read. But those are the long and short of it. He got arrested for flashing a piece, and yeah, the guy who was in the road rage incident with grassed him up, and he was a warrant out for his arrest. He turns himself in, and there is video footage. You can go online and look at it of him in the courthouse or wherever he is, and gets bail for, I think it's like $2,500. Has to hand in any hand pieces or guns that he's got lying around at home. Of course, he's got like a fucking treasure chest full of fucking firearms just lying around at his house. Of course he has. But there is no report of him having to hand in a passport. No report of him not being allowed to travel internationally. No report of him actually being arrested. So I don't see any way, and AEW haven't released anything saying that the match ain't taking place. So ladies and gentlemen, I assume as of now, as of this recording, that the match will still be going ahead. One match that we are all looking forward to, FTR versus the Young Bucks, two of the greatest tag teams of all time. Let's have it right. One more time, the third go round, the trilogy will be completed. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm hoping, I'm praying FTR hold on to the belts, but you never know what could happen in professional wrestling. Anything can go any way at any time. So you never know. The Bucks might actually win the belts. But if by some miracle this does fall apart, then where do we go from here? Because, yeah, the show's going to be an absolute mess if FTR are not allowed to travel. Well, if Cash Wheeler's not allowed to travel and the match is cancelled. Because there are literally like 2 or 3 matches that all of us really care about. Let's have it right. Cole and MJF in the main event. It's going to be a good match. Let's have that right. Jericho Ospreay should be pretty damn good. We've been waiting for that for a long time. And FTR versus the Bucks. I mean, Kenny Omega's forgotten about in some fucking 6-man tag. What is that about? They should have just done a one-on-one Omega Switchblade. That would have been epic. The story that there is there. Jay White kicking him out of the Bullet Club. Jay White coming after him in America, trying to take over here as well, in America as well, in AEW. Follow him from Japan to America. These two have a story, have a background, have history, and they're just throwing it away in some silly 6-man tag match so everyone else can get on a fucking card and get a payday. Jay White versus Omega would have been absolutely phenomenal, but no, we want a 6-man tag, don't we, Tony? So fucking Ibushi and Takeshita can get on the fucking show. I mean, I'm a fan of both of them, don't get me wrong, I wouldn't have mind seeing Takeshita versus Ibushi. That would have been an absolutely brilliant match. Anyway, let me know what you think down below if you have watched this far. It's been a long one today, definitely. Nearly 18 minutes. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Stay safe, stay lucky. Peace.